The rhythm of the swing never changes. Is it long enough? They're beginning to applaud, and quite rightly so. That is a simply magnificent shot from Colin Montgomery.
Laurie's the winner. Not a million miles away, is it?
Hello and welcome back to Talk Golf Scotland. We've been away for a little while, but we're back for at least 1 week. People have been asking, you know. I even got a text message this morning. Where's the pod? Why is the pod not on? And I didn't really have an answer. I'm sorry. Anyway, today I'm with Andy.
My answer's Stuart. It's always Stuart. Stuart's fault. It's always my answer.
I'm the only person that seems to be able to press a red button.
Yeah.
But Donald's still busy. He's had a busy year.
Mm-hmm.
He must be raking it in.
He's right. Yeah.
So Andy, you heard Andy, and you've also heard Peter mumbling there. That's Peter.
Good morning.
And Donald is not here. So I don't know when the last time we spoke. Was it after the Open? Fox had just, played in about 2.5 hours to win the Open or something. And because he's fast, that was rubbish. And that's it. That's the last time we probably spoke, the Open.
Yeah, well, that was the end of the season.
Yeah. I was really depressed today because I dropped my son off at the golf club, and the only reason he's totally depressed because back to school tomorrow. Totally depressed, and he doesn't even want to golf today because he's depressed. He's just going to stay away from the house so he doesn't think about going back to school. It's just the big depression.
I do remember being like that though. I think the last 2 weeks of the holiday were rubbish because I just kept thinking about going back to school.
Yeah,
I hated it.
Your mum starts telling you to get your stuff sorted out, get your bag sorted out, and it's just depressing. It's just like,
see, that's the difference. My kids are still at the age where they're excited to get back to school. Can't wait. Get back to see all their friends. I'm like, you pair of losers. How long is this going to last?
You'll find out.
Yeah,
you'll find out.
Not learned yet.
Not learned. But anyway, so so it's been a while. So I take it, Andy. I mean, with that amount of time, there's got to be something.
Now I feel even more pressure because I've had so much time to do stuff. What have I been doing? I went away on a wee holiday. Well, you always say it's got to be golf related, and that's when I fall down.
Well, this is a golf podcast, though.
Yeah.
I haven't played golf the last week, but before that I've played quite a lot. And I was thinking about this actually. I feel a bit like one of these people who investigate murders, right? They're trying to find a murderer because my right shot in golf, it appears, right? And it's quite devastating. Now, I feel every time it happens, I'm getting a little bit closer to finding out why it's happening. So I'm kind of torn between when it happens, I'm like, oh, for God's sake, and it's really bad, like someone getting murdered. But I do feel a bit of a step closer to finding out what's causing it.
There's been a clue left.
There's a clue left. This has been going on for probably about 10 years now. But there's a clue left, and I feel, so I'm almost sitting there being like, I want it to happen again, so I can maybe get a little bit closer to it. Cause,
get a conviction.
Yeah, because I feel like if I can sort that 200-yard right shot out, there's a golfer in there. There is. I feel like I've played a lot of good golf this year, but that is just killing me. Absolutely killing me. So I haven't done it in the last week because I haven't played golf. So I'm meant to be playing tonight, and I'm just excited to see if it happens.
Do you find it hard because this murderer only shows up on the course rather than on the range?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He seems to be my best friend.
He's quite elusive
when I'm on the range.
He's elusive in the range.
He hides himself very well.
I think you need to be cleverer to get away from
cleverer.
Yeah, cleverer.
Can't say that and use that word.
Cleverer.
More clever.
There you go.
To avoid the murderer. I think Did you see Langask this week on the telly hitting the little chippy drivers?
Loved it.
Yeah. But if he chipped that 170 yards right, would he do it again?
He's practiced.
But no, he's doing that to avoid the water and the murder on the right. So he's doing the little chippy driver, which is you don't often see somebody hitting a chippy driver, but
B game swing, folks.
That was good.
I've been saying it for years.
I think it's a little bit.
That's a different one.
Bit whiffy woffy, eh? Be a man. Hit it hard.
Yeah.
But no, it is impressive that the shot he's got there, and I do feel when I'm playing better. I do have those types of shots. Like I could hit a driver 15 feet off the deck. I do have them, but I still feel when I get that feeling of the right shot, I can't even do those shots. Those shots still end up right.
It's actually a very hard thing to hit the ball soft with a driver, I think.
I think it's really hard to.
Yeah.
And then,
You have to
rather
be-
than hit the driver hard, why would I not just go down to 3-wood or 2-iron? But then they start going right, and it's like,
That's why.
uh-oh. Now what do I do?
Have you ever practiced it?
No, but I might try it now. My
I
worry-
get some people to do it, like call it a ladder drill, where you just hit it 50%, 60%, 70%, all the way up. It's good, but you got to keep them all in a relatively straight line. It's a good wee drill to get your feels and understand exactly what's happening in your body. Timing really is the big thing.
My problem is that he did this little silly baby swing, you know, and the ball came off at 157 miles.
With his feet touching.
That's me absolutely leathering the ball. It looks so silly though when
The commentators were laughing at the ball speed, 157. Imagine if they had you in the telly.
Imagine if they saw my baby swing.
So he's still swinging that over 100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Stuart's out his shoes trying to hit that.
Yeah.
But do you remember we were doing those videos, like, what did we have, a pumpkin on a stick, and we were
Yeah.
trying to hit the pumpkin from 30 yards away with a driver? Like, I quite enjoy those things, but again, it goes back to, again, doing things where there's not a care in the world on the range to then suddenly, I'm on the golf course now. It's but I'm trying to. I've been spending the last few weeks trying to sort out my mental game. I'm trying to. I read all of these things, and things like, if you tell yourself the things that. If a coach told you the things that you tell yourself, you would never go to that coach. And it's so true, but again, in those moments, you're like, you're an idiot, what are you doing? And it kind of needs practice, but we spoke about it a little bit, Pete, that it's difficult to practice these things without being in that moment. It's like these footballers taking penalties on the practice ground. It's not the same. You don't have that pressure and that tension and things. So it's hard to replicate.
It is, and you can do as many drills as you want and set up as many games and many constraints practice as you want. It's still not the same. You used to get the old Gary Player thing, run round the putting green 3 times before you hit the 3-footer. I mean, what a pile of rubbish that is, in my opinion. But I understand the merits. But it's just everything. It's really hard to replicate this sport, in any sport. It's really hard to replicate that because you get. Everyone has demons. Everyone has bad feels. Everyone's hit good shots when they're feeling horrendous, and vice versa. But
Golf's got to be the worst though, because we're standing looking.
we
at
always say that as golfers. There's plenty of other sports that are similar. The football taking the penalty is very similar. Darts, people throwing a dart, the first serves and there's all these stationary parts in sports.
Golf's worst. A football penalty. I mean, you hit what one a year. It's every single shot.
Exactly why it's hard.
Well, it's not. It's the hard bit in football, I suppose, but everything else is reactive. And tennis is serve. You're still hitting a moving ball, but yeah, I understand. Yeah, but golf, you're doing every single shot. Every single shot. I'm thinking you've got the potential to hit a crap shot because of what your brain is telling you.
But you could argue that the best reactive player on the planet is Scottish Scheffler. He reacts. It's not like he's got this diamond built-in finish. He reacts a lot. All good players react to where the club is in space at a time, and the better players don't have to react quite as much. But there's still nano reactions that happen in every single golf swing.
That's the one I struggle with. I was reading this thing the other day that this guy had asked a few golfers. There was like Rory, Scheffler, and a few guys, about 9 of them, about what their swing thoughts are. And some of them make perfect sense to me. There was a couple, I can't remember who it was, Morikawa, someone said, I feel like my palm's to the ground on the way back and I feel I rotate. And 3 or 4 of them, maybe even 5 or 6 of them, all related to turning the body, which I can kind of relate to. I think that would be quite similar to what my general thought would be, just turn your body and commit to it. Scotty's, oh my God, I didn't even understand it. It was all reactionary, like you said, and I cannot compute that in my brain, being top of the back saying, feeling something to then feel something else, and it blows my mind. I know you talk about that being a bit more reactive. That's something that I struggle with. I struggle even picturing it. I probably haven't felt it to picture it, whereas I'm like, this is how I'm swinging this club and that's what I'm going to try and do. I don't feel like I ever save a shot or feel that something's going to happen.
I've done it with pupils where I get them quarter way back roughly on the swing and I'll shout out draw or fade, and regardless of the talent, they're able to do it. Do you know what I mean? Give or take, if they've got the ability. And I'm not going to ask a 20 handicapper that can only hit a big snap slice to hit a wee draw from the top of the swing. But in theory, it's amazing how good people are at these sort of things.
I had my daughter on the putting green the other day. Hopeless at long putts. I mean, it's actually, it makes my toes curl. I mean, hopeless. And she's got a good technique. I mean, pretty good technique.
She does. Her putting stroke's lovely.
She looks good over the ball. I mean, sometimes a bit wonky with her alignment, maybe, but and reading greens. But distance judgment is poor. And she looks and I looked at her and I said, I don't know what to tell this girl. I mean, we could go through some drills, putt here, putt there. But then I just said, do you know what, Becca? Try putting with your head up. Go and just look at the hole and hit that putt. Or look at the line of the putt and hit that putt from 30 feet. Instantly better. Mm-hmm. And then we went, right, okay, well, that's because you're actually you're not focusing on your stroke. Your stroke's perfectly good enough. You just need to feel it better or see it better in your mind's eye. And then so instantly better. So then we got into hitting more putts, but actually trying to get her to, when she looks back at the ball, just, go. With half a second settle, go. Don't look at the ball and then start thinking of your stroke because you're screwed. And then we got on to with the rest of her game, and actually, do you know what? She just stands there all the time, and she's got a pretty good golf swing. But if you stand over the ball, think about your golf swing, and not think about target and flight of ball and everything else, what are you doing? I'm just swinging the club. You're what's the point of just swinging the club? You've got to be swinging the club towards something.
I agree with absolutely everything you've said there. I teach quite a lot when I'm doing putting, but I've been trying it in the golf course a couple of little times where putting I've practiced staring at it, and as soon as my eyes come back, go. So a bit longer looks or building the movie a bit better. And I thought, do you know what? And I see McIlroy looking up when he's looking drivers, and he's spending a lot of time these days looking again, and to me he's looking a lot more than he used to. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to try that a wee bit, and it feels weird, like it did with the putting. It's got merits. It's hard, but you need to practice it.
You got to practice it, yeah, you do. But certainly standing over the ball, looking at the ball for 5 seconds before you take the club away, is not doing you any good, is it?
Well, you won't be able to react to a target because you won't have a target in your brain, yeah. Or a shot or whatever. Yeah, there's merits to all that, yeah, definitely.
That's interesting.
Tell Patrick Cantley that. Stands over the ball for about 3 minutes. Remember, we played.
No, he's not still. At no point is he still. He's frozen.
Waddling.
And we don't know what he's thinking.
He's waddling. I totally agree.
He can still. Like I can't play golf without a trigger. People confuse that with swing thoughts, but I need a trigger before I take the club away. But that doesn't mean it's a technically hard thing to do.
There's also, you see that video of Patrick Cantley online where he does stand over the ball forever after side by side with Ryan Fox, but he obviously doesn't want to do that. He's stuck.
No, exactly. It's like Garcia's regrips.
He's stuck, yeah. He's stuck. Anyway, Peter, what did you do?
Teaching, and then I played golf a few times, and I am still waiting on the bad stuff to cut. It's been really nice. Like I'm not brilliant in the golf course, but I'm scoring really well. I'm actually scoring as good as I need to score, if you know what I mean. I'm putting well, so that helped. That's a massive help. But I'm waiting for it to go, and I've been waiting for a long time for this to go bad. Where I need to go back to the range because I'm not hit balls. I barely hit a ball, which is very rare for me. So yeah, it's been great, and there's reasons why it's probably doing that, and I'm starting to get a few answers, and I'm probably accepting and all the gizmo jars that you hear all the time, and it's maybe the fact that I'm playing pretty much the same golf course all the time, so you just need to learn to be a course specialist, if you like. But
what do you mean you score better than you're scoring as well as you need to? When we played, you scored better than you needed to. you scored a lot better than you needed to. In fact, that made me feel quite bad.
Yeah, but no, yes. What I mean is, I'm scoring. I know it's match play, and I'm not playing stroke play, which is completely different for whatever reasons. But I am scoring when I add them all up. It's always at the moment it's always a decent score, which is nice.
Well, you've obviously got a short memory because I played with you one day, and
yeah, it was a wee blippy day, but it wasn't like a.
Was this the Dukes?
When I won, there was a day I won.
Okay.
It was skins, but I won the last hole to claim all the skins.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Yeah, but Peter, you weren't good that day.
No, it wasn't good that day, but
you just got selective memory.
Maybe, and that's maybe where it is. Yeah, that's maybe where it is. But again, that was playing with you and your kids.
But there is a lot in being accepting.
Absolutely,
of bad
yeah.
shots, and the more you practice, it's like when you said recently, I couldn't play I couldn't play in events, and I need to practice and get my
Yeah.
game in order.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much in order does it need to be? You just shot 8 under at Ladybank.
I don't understand.
Well, no, you're 100% right, and that's partly where I think about these things all the time.
The more you practice, the more you're going to expect to play well,
And then it's like an examination. Yeah,
the brain gets in the way again.
absolutely, and that's what I mean. The brain, mentally, I've been as good as I need to be, as good as I've ever been. And my wedge game's probably, because I teach it a lot. My wedge game's probably as good as I probably didn't practice that enough as a touring pro, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, and I don't waste time hitting 3, 4, 5, 6 irons because I never get them. So there's a bit of, I don't hit any balls anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's all very simple.
It's in the head. Told you before, Piers. Golf is all in the head. Tennis, football, nothing. It's golf. Mate,
Of course.
it's huge.
It is a huge part
the
of
wrong
it.
sport.
But it's been good fun. I've been enjoying it. I played through at Straven in Callum's Pro Day. So that was good, but it was beers involved, so I didn't take anything at the golf there in terms of looking back at my game. But
You won a prize, didn't you?
yes, our team finished second. They put me off +7. I wasn't very happy with, but
And I shot 8 under.
no, it was scrambled. But it was good fun. It was a good day. And then played the other day against Donald. Donald's game's not very good. He's not here to back himself up, so I'm not going to slag him too much. But he's pretty rubbish.
He's been saying that for a while. He hit about 300 balls a day before you guys played.
He's hitting it so
He was
sharp.
getting worried, I think.
He's gone over the hill. He's just powerless. It's not great.
Poor Donald.
He's over the hill though, isn't he?
He just looked old manny. But he can still get the ball around the golf course. But when we're playing skins, he's like, well, this is great for my game with my birdie blitzes. He can't win a hole. But he's still a very good golfer, Donald.
He's a lot closer to the grave than us.
What have you been up to, Stuart?
Well,
I know one thing that's coming.
yeah. Well, I had the sexiest hole-in-one ever. I played at Lundy, hit my 44-degree vokey. And a lot of people say, I never really realised you got a 44-degree vokey. But you do. And I pitched it and it landed at the hole, went past the pin at 10 feet. There's a little slope.
10
zipped.
feet. It was 2 feet the other day.
No, it went off the green, actually.
So you thinned it, right? Okay.
No. And then it spun back and it just dropped in last moment. Oh, it's brilliant.
Brilliant.
So hole-in-one, it's my first one in a wee while.
Competition or in bounce game?
Bounce game.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Playing with my 2 kids. It was the coolest hole-in-one ever. Michael gave me a big cuddle. He jumped up and gave me a cuddle.
There you
I was like,
go.
nobody did that when I played in open qualifying and I thinned my 3-iron in. So no, it was good fun. And other than that, I've just continued to be a taxi driver, really.
Well, speaking of your taxi driving, Stuart, just in case you forget to bring this up in the podcast, I thought, Andy, I'm sure you've heard this. So his son was playing the Scottish boys under 14s.
Oh yes.
And he rocks up, right, we'll go for a practice round on Monday or whatever, and we rock up and oh, it's tournament day.
Yeah, I got the days wrong.
That's bad.
I felt really bad.
And he gave you a cuddle after your hole-in-one as well, and you treat him like that.
Yeah.
It's poor.
Yeah, so it was at Edzell. Edzell's a lovely place, by the way. An absolute. I mean, I haven't played it for a few years, but a great facility. Nice 18-hole golf course. They've got a 9-hole golf course. They've got a driving range, chipping greens, putting greens, and for a small town, it's a brilliant facility there. And just a lovely place. So Scottish boys under 14, a Scottish junior under 14 or Scottish whatever you are, but girls and boys under 14s was there.
Yeah.
That was really good. But yes, I missed a practice round for Michael.
How did he handle it? Was he stressed when he found out?
Well, because we worked that out the night before, I went to his room. I said, Michael, not practice round tomorrow. It's the actual competition.
Oh, you figured out the night before.
At least you
Yeah.
knew that before you got there.
So we went up that day and we actually walked all 18 holes before he played in the afternoon. We went up early and walked them all, walked the round, which was a waste of time because he didn't play well. Actually, he was doing quite well, and then he had a blip. But he hit it on a root. His ball ended up on a root, and I looked at that ball and I thought, he's going to love that. He's going to think that's perfect because it was setting up perfect. But hope he doesn't hit the ground. And of course, he hit the ground and the ball squirted right out of bounds, and that was really, the head was off.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was good. The Scottish boys under 14s, right? 142 competitors. That's under 14s.
Yep.
How many Scots finished in the top 20?
142. Top 20. I mean, 140. How many Scots were in the field? Don't know.
I was going to come to that later.
Yeah,
All right.
you
Okay.
can't-
We'll
that's
go
cheating.
with top 20. We'll go with under 14s. There can't be that many people travelling at that age, so we'll go with top 20. There's got to be at least 5 in the top 20.
Oh, it's 3. I would,
I was going to say 3. I never got a chance.
12 in the top 50, and less than half the field are Scottish. Which
Less than half are Scottish.
Yeah, which is unbelievable. Brilliant event. I mean, the Scottish Golf really do run the event amazingly well, but all the other countries are coming there. The French Federation and all their little Frenchy kids, and then there was all the wee Germany kids in their group, and then there was the English and the Irish in particular. There's hundreds of Irish. Irish bring loads of kids over, but and you know we've got hardly anybody. Well, we've got 70 in the field, which I find strange. I saw Alan Tate posted round about that time actually when we were there. The only 2 Scottish kids played in the British Boys, which is unbelievable. In our day, I mean, the British Boys was always a kind of an international one, wasn't it? But there'd maybe be 20 Scottish kids, 30 Scottish kids playing in it. Maybe 30 is a bit of extreme, but maybe 20 would be.
Yeah.
But now you're down to 2.
2's worrying, isn't it?
2, yeah. But you know, I see it happening. I see the Irish coming over in the droves and winning. And they're good as well, but they clearly invest in the kids much more than Scotland are able to, which is a shame, because how are we ever going to get to the point of having the next Bob McIntyre? Bob McIntyre's nearly 30 now, isn't he? I mean, we still think of he's just on tour, just starting, but he's 30 now. 28, 30. You know, where's the next guy?
The Grahams. But we're still producing good golfers, but yeah, there's 101 reasons why it's maybe stagnating at the moment a wee bit, but it's not a lack of talent out there.
I feel
we'll go into these things now.
If the Irish Golf Union, I don't even know what it is, Irish Golf Union, are sending kids to an under 14 event. I mean, we're not sending our kids to under 14 events in Ireland. No. You know, it seems a shame, because they're getting the experience. Our kids are not getting the experience anymore. Not
Are we sending our kids to their under 14s?
I don't think so. No, not anymore, because the funding's dropped in the last 10 years. I don't know enough about the funding.
Nor do I.
But I know that there's a lot less money involved than there used to be, for whatever reasons. But you know, if our kids aren't getting the experience of playing in events elsewhere and bigger events, they're really struggling. And then you're going to be left with, well, it's only the rich that can do it. And you know, you look at the Graham. I'm not saying Stuart Graham. I know Stuart Graham. He's got a good business. He's able to afford to take his kids throughout to these things and to play in events and go elsewhere. And I find it a shame that that's going to be the case going forward unless we find some money or some funding. But when I was playing in this, would you remember playing the Scotland boys teams?
Yep.
I would be the rich kid in the team probably. Dad was a businessman; he had a decent business, and you know, we got a bit of teasing. We went to private school. We got a bit of teasing for that. But sorry, the rest of the team were, you know, pretty much working class people.
Yep. And
I don't know how we're ever. You would hate to think that was going to change going forward, and it just becomes a rich boys game.
Yeah, but we would only ever go to these tournaments when Scottish Golf would take us, or you know, it's not like I ever went down to play in the English. Everyone talks about the Brabazon, or went down to play in the English Amateur. I never did any of these things. Never went down. Went down to the British once, down south somewhere. But I can't remember who took us there. But you know, Dad was always working. We couldn't take us. But it's I don't know. I think the whole everyone's slagging, like, so that forum you sent us there. Everyone's slagging the system, the money. I get all that. You can't always put it on the performance coaches, which they're having a heavy go at. It's the whole system's not really working in this country. Every other country seems to have a better system than us. It's not the coaching, in my opinion. Well, I don't know anything about it. But the systems in these other countries, Denmark's the biggest one, and I mean they're producing golfer after golfer after golfer. Ireland are huge. It's got to be something they're doing at ground level that we're not doing. Like, just copy them. All these countries, they're under snow for 6 months of the year. We're not. We should still be producing. We're a small country, but so Denmark.
Yeah, it's easy just to point the finger at Scottish golf. I don't think it's all them.
I'm not necessarily doing that.
I think it starts right at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of clubs don't seem to give a shit about kids. And there's a lot of clubs that do really well with kids. And it just shows you the ones that try hard do really, really well. And the ones that don't have any. I know my own club's one. It doesn't do anything. And, we've got no kids. So, but, like, the kids should be the one I feel like Scottish golf are now involved in things that aren't the top. I feel like we should have clubs should be the ones bringing people in. Clubs. The counties sit somewhere in between, and Scottish golf are really there to help the talented golfers. For me, not they shouldn't be spending time trying to help clubs get people at grassroots. I feel like it's all upside down a wee bit.
And I feel as though it was more that way when I was a junior. I didn't come into golf until a wee bit later. I didn't play in a lot of it, but that was what my memory of it was. It was sort of your clubs were really bringing people through, and then the county would sort of pick up a few of them and say, look, these guys are good, and then you would kind of go on to the Scottish level. But it was the clubs that really pushed them. But I mean, again, it's a little bit uneducated comment, but I think a lot of clubs now expect people to just walk through the door left, right and centre, and they don't really go looking for them. They don't. It was like you said a couple of years ago, like, where'd you find out this information? Like, there's not a lot of it. Not a lot of it is sort of being sort of forced down people's throats. They're very much sitting there expecting people to come through the door, and that's not really happening as much nowadays.
Yeah, the internet should be a lot easier to find these things out, and I kind of feel like it's almost harder to find competitions I mean, I've not got kids of that age just yet, but when I do have a couple of people who's asking what they're playing, and we used to have the yellow book, right? And there used to be a junior convener at every single golf club, who was also the taxi driver that took the junior team away to play at Anstruther, or took the in a wee minibus. There's always little things that the clubs did, which if they're getting funding from the Scottish Golf, but just take the money and employ somebody to be the junior convener. It doesn't mean Scottish Golf has to run it all, but yeah.
Something's wrong, but it's not just Scottish Golf. It just seems to be right the way through. Fife Golf, I mean, they seem to be holding events for handicaps. I don't really see why Fife Golf are holding handicap events, being inclusive. Oh, we've got to hold Fife events for everybody. I kind of feel like that's for clubs to do. That's for the clubs to hold opens and do things like that. Should counties be doing that? I don't really see the point. I don't see the need for that. I think they should be focusing on holding events, gross events for the slightly talented people, kids and men and whatever, women.
It's all this inclusivity, which is phenomenal. It's brilliant. I'm not mocking it in the slightest, but you still need to get the talent and push them harder and get them going into bigger and better competitions. It was kind of like I kind of feel like there was just our day. It was different. So you played at your club, you're good enough to get in the club team, then you're good enough to get in the 5 team, then you're good enough to hopefully get seen by some sort of Scottish guy, and then you get into the Scottish training camps, and then you go from there and you kind of move up your careers. There's always like a simple pathway to get better and to next level yourself. And I kind of feel now with the world handicapping system, again, these other countries had it, so it's not just a us problem, but there's guys not playing in their national events. Some of these top amateurs aren't playing in their national events because they're scared they're going to lose world Wagger points. And then there's the handicapping system on top of that that's just a farce. As far as I'm concerned, once you get to a decent level, there's every Tom, Dick and Harry playing off +6 these days, which is ridiculous. But I don't know, I don't like the way it's going. You don't see all the good players playing against each other enough in this country.
I would agree. I think there's that, and it's disjointed now for the kids, and because I'm starting to be involved in this. Yeah. There's Stephen Gallagher Foundation, which is very good. Paul Laurie does his thing. There's the Scottish Junior Tour Scotland, which is amazing. But it's all kind of disjointed all over the place.
Yeah, are they speaking to each other? Are they?
And Scottish Golf should be doing that. I feel like Scottish Golf should be running the Junior Tour for Scotland. but they don't have money, I don't suppose. So it gets difficult. But it's funny how some other people are able to do it on the side, and Scottish Golf can't do it. But it should be. I think it should be more structured, and so people know exactly what I'm a good player. I want to be a good player. Where do I need to play? What do I need to play in? And I suppose in our day we didn't need to travel quite as much to go and play in these things. So the more you ask kids to travel, the more you're asking them, do you have money to travel? Because it costs a lot of money to go and stay in an Airbnb.
It does, yeah.
It's crazy. So it's something needs to change it, because it's not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to find the next one. The next one might be the Conor Graham, like you say, who's had a great start and now he's at college in America, and he might just go straight onto a PGA Tour from there. He might be the next one. But we're going to have not very many. When you compare it with Ireland, Alan Tate put out a post this morning, and Ireland has something like 12 major winners in the last X years.
It's phenomenal.
We've had Paul Lawrie.
Yeah.
Ireland put a lot more money into the grassroots level of golf than we do. And they get, it's amazing how much, if you invest in time and money in something, you're going to get more out, aren't you?
I think a lot of it does come back to the money. I spoke to a couple of guys, I'll not name names, but a couple of guys that were involved in Scottish golf, and they were saying, they go away on these trips and stuff compared to what they used to be, and the money's not there. Mm-hmm. And then you look around at, exactly as you said, Pete, countries that are maybe similar, and it's not comparable with what they spend.
I don't know enough about this, right? But I think we give £17.50 or something of our membership fee at the start of the year at your club to Scottish Golf to run their stuff. I think other clubs give a lot more. Other countries, sorry. I think France is a lot more. But if you were to ask me, right, would you increase that by £10 to help support junior golf in Scotland? Junior golf, I'm not really interested in supporting senior. I think junior golf.
Yep,
up
grassroots.
Grassroots. But yeah, I would pay that, and as long as I knew it was getting spent correctly on that. If it was ring fenced for junior golf, I'd pay a tenner for that.
Yeah, there's that. Or you do the what other countries do as well is the
green fees.
No, the foreigners coming in and giving a couple of quid every time they play a golf course. They don't even notice. They don't care. They paid £110 as opposed to £108.
The visitor fees, yeah.
Visitor fees. You just put on a levy for international visitors. That goes straight into juniors. You could do that. They do that in other countries. You could do all these little things. Not little things. That adds up.
I think, unfortunately, your logic of thinking there is probably in the minority. I just picture a lot of fuddy-duddies being like, well, why would I? Where's this money going? Why is this going to Scottish golf? Why is it? I don't care about junior golf. It's unfortunately, I absolutely don't think that's the right thing, but that's where I can picture a lot of people's mentality.
Well, we know what it's like when we talk about putting the Scottish golf fee up by £1. It's like people go nuts, and I'm like, well, I don't understand why we're going nuts about 2 or 3 quid here over a year. But people do have strong opinions on that, and I get that. It just seems like a shame, because we still want to see our some kids making it on the tour and having that next major champion, and that brings on the next bulk of kids, and we want to. And I think the game grows because what happens at the top end.
Well, there's always been on the European tour. There's always been like a 7 or 8 type since I've been about anyway. At least probably more before my day, but 7 or 8 names that are always on tour, as in Scottish guys. It's got 7 or 8 Scottish flags on the roster every single week. And they've still got it at the moment, but you got to remember they're getting held up by your Richie Ramseys and your Scotty Jamiesons, and these guys are not getting any younger. And the good golfers, they're going to be there for a couple of years yet, because that's golf. But you're waiting for, and you've had your Bobs come through, and you've had your next level come through a wee bit, and they're fine. But we're waiting for the next level to come through now, and there's actually been a couple of wins in Challenge Tour. We've had a win recently. We're still producing talent, but we need more in more numbers. I just don't know where they're competing when they're young. That's my thing. I want to see some more proper competition when they're young.
I think it's a bit of an issue in a lot of sports as well. I mean, look at tennis. Look at Scottish tennis. I mean, take Andy Murray out of the equation. I mean, where's anyone? It's yeah, it's quite worrying, I think, in a lot of sports.
Yeah, I don't know. It would just be nice to see it change.
And you've got to remember, golf's great. I mean, like, this is us near the end of these holidays, right? And I was talking about it with a friend with this, but, you know, like, somebody downstairs, like, oh, you'd be delighted Wednesday, the kids are all back to school and all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine, they've been fine. But give it another couple of years when my kids become your kids' age, Stuart, you know, teenagers, give or take. When we were teenagers, we weren't like a burden on our parents on the summer holidays of 8 weeks of, oh, what am I going to do with him to keep him entertained? We were just chucked at the golf club. And when I say that, I mean, I wanted to go. So golf's like, you know, I don't know what you do if you're not a golfer, if you're a kid. There's a golf podcast, so it's fine saying this. But what do kids of 13, 14-year-old do if they don't play golf? They hang about playing their...
Have you ever seen them on Fife Jammers?
What I mean is, golf is phenomenal for you could just spend all day at a golf club. When we were young, we were dropped off the golf club, said there's Mountain Town, didn't always stay at the golf club, went up, played football in the park, came back, played golf. It was just easy.
It's the dream. I mean, I lived the dream this summer. My kids have never been at home. They've been at the golf club all summer. It's been brilliant. I dropped Michael off this morning at 7:30, and he'll be there until tea time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be happening as much nowadays. It's a brilliant sport for them to get into.
It really is. But yeah.
Sorry, this is slightly different, right? One thing that really annoys me is so Scottish boys, the Scottish under 14s there was 20 girls playing. Do you think it's flat and it's a mixed event? So girls play off girls' tee, boys play off boys' tees. It's a mixed event. They play to a different par, girls to boys, but it's under 14 level and it's one competition for one result. I don't really have a problem with that. I think it's a shame. Why don't we have an under 14 girl champion? I don't know why we don't do that. But whatever, it's under 14 level. It maybe doesn't matter that much. But do you think it'd be quite easy to just have a girls' competition and a boys' competition?
Yep.
So I don't know why, because you could have given one girl the becomes the Scottish under 14 champion. But the other thing they do is, because it's mixed, they put all the girls. So every group had, lots of groups. Most of the girls would play in a group with two boys.
Yep.
I think that's really shit.
Yep.
I think it's a shame. Michael played with a girl and another boy. So the boys go back to their tees.
Antisocial.
Girls off the front tee. They don't speak to each other. They're awkward at that age with girls. I mean, you know, I was awkward until I was about 23 unless I had about 6 pints. I don't understand this mixed junior thing.
No, I totally agree. I teach a young girl at the moment, and it's the same thing. I said, look, we'll get a game, blah, blah, but I said, like, it would be kind of pointless us playing together because you're not going to learn anything from my game, really, because I hit the ball different. I'm stronger. I hit the far. You want to be playing with people at your level or slightly better. Boys and girls are just, when they get to a certain age, which your kids are, they're just stronger, right? So they flight the ball different. They've got different departments to the game that...
For me, it's the awkwardness, though. It's the boy-girl thing. I mean, yeah, I know that there's girls at school that have friends that are boys, but the majority are girls play with girls, boys play with boys. And that's normal, I think, at school, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I agree, yeah. Even like, I remember being a junior, I didn't particularly want to play with a girl. Like, I don't know. And, yeah, I think if there's more reasons to get people in, like, how many girls... will see that and be like, oh, I don't really want to do that again.
There's loads.
Exactly.
And I speak to them and they go, I'm not playing in that. There's no other girls playing. Or there's very few girls playing. And it's intimidating. Why they don't at least put the girls playing together. If there's only three girls in the field, just make them play together.
Correct. You're saying it's great you drop Michael off at the golf club, but again, there's probably young Harry or whoever it might be he'll meet up with somebody and practice with them because he's met them through golf. Yeah. If you're a girl and you're playing with two guys all the time, you're not really meeting the other girls.
Never.
So if you're playing with them, then you go like, where'd you practice, blah blah. You might even join our golf club. You get together, that's you got 2 people, 3 people. You've got a little clique that you can practice and get better. We lived in cliques at that age. Yeah. Everyone does. Everyone's got their mates. Yeah. Everyone's got their golfing mates and then your whatever mates, but you've got your golfing mates that you play golf with. You've got to practice and play with them.
Even the tee, the different tees. I played Dunbarney a few weeks ago. I forgot to say that. Played Dunbarney with a boy that works from here, and we got paired up with a dad and a son from London. Really, really nice guys. And sort of, you're standing with the starter and say, so what tees do you want to play off? And those guys are like, oh, well, we'll go off these tees. You guys just play off what you want. And I said to Callum, the boys playing, I'm like, we can't go off tees that are 1,000 yards back. Like, It's just even worse. So we ended up playing off a slightly forward tee that was only maybe one or two behind them, but it's really awkward. Like, really awkward, because you're in a conversation and you get to the tee and it's like, well, see you in a bit. And they walk off, and I don't know, I felt really awkward. It's been years since I've played with anyone that's played off different tees, but it was really awkward. Really awkward. I didn't.
It's
enjoy
just
it.
crap. It's crap.
And I'm not playing with 50.
It's just easily fixed. That's what I don't understand about it. Do you know another thing? Sorry, that's one thing that annoys me. The other thing is the kids played in some junior opens in Fife this year, and most of them are dire, really poor. You enter them, you go into the thing and you get BRS, and you just book a time. You put your name on a space.
Yeah.
And then a couple of times at the start of the year, I deliberately phoned up because I was like, I couldn't believe what was actually happening, because I knew that it was going to happen. I said, have you done the draw for tomorrow's competition? I haven't seen a draw come out. Oh, you're playing where you booked. All right. This is a junior open. This is for the junior open, yeah? They're playing where they booked. And yeah. Is it, who thinks this is a good idea? When you're playing in an open, that you just book a time. So there's one that happened recently where somebody here played with two brothers. The two brothers just put their name down, and then she was playing with the brothers. And who wants that? Brothers shouldn't be playing together. And why you would just have a system like that, booking a time for a competition in an open competition. It really irritates me. And why that would ever happen? Why, surely a draw is the easiest thing to do. Nowadays it can be done by a press of a button.
Yeah, and you should be. Well, I like the idea. Not should be. I like the idea of playing with somebody around about the same level as me when I'm playing an open competition.
Level or age?
Level. I would go level over age, but
Okay.
I don't want to be.
Roughly,
no
though.
disrespect. I don't want to play with somebody who's shooting 105, and then all of a sudden my 72 feels like I'm Tiger Woods, when I know it's rubbish. But it's just, you don't let. And it will make that guy intimidated playing with you, and it makes you kind of like, I've got to hunt for this ball all day. I'm no disrespect to it, I don't care.
But this way, a scratch golfer boy could be playing with a 36 handicap girl. Well, stupid.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Exactly.
We've got to the. It's just
either one or both of them don't like that.
I believe it has to be laziness. It's laziness. It's just like, oh yeah, we're holding a junior open.
It's 100% laziness.
I think that's laziness. Yeah. The only problem with ability, I guess, is if you've got three, no disrespect, but 30 handicappers playing together, there's a chance that's going to take an awful long time.
Yeah,
Why?
Awful long
Why?
time.
They're not always slow.
I'm not saying they're always slow, but generally their ability is probably not going to be as good. I think in most cases they would be slower than the better players. I'm not saying that they always are.
I think as a competition organiser, I mean, I run a junior competition. We've only got 20 kids or something, but we'd run it every Sunday, and I would be aware of that. I don't put the lowest 3 handicappers out first and the highest handicappers out. But within handicap ranges, I wouldn't put the 330s together, but I might put a 30 with a 15. I might make sure they're in a 2-ball or something, or there's ways to manage things.
You'd think logically about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you think about it a wee bit. So doing a draw takes 10 minutes, and just think about it a wee bit. Ages, ability, and
the last thing you want is your sort of competitions. If there was the 3 best players that every week they're always playing together. Like, I got that a wee bit when I played in college in America. So I was my second year. I was kind of the number one in our team, if you like. So every competition I played with their number one, and the next college is number one. So I was playing with the same guys all year, give or take.
Yeah. But at club level, it's about, that's competitive college level, but at club level, it should be about meeting kids as well, meeting other kids. Yeah. And if you don't draw it, you're not going to. People, Michael wants to go and play the Thingy Open. He'll go, Harry, do you want to play? And we'll play at 9:30. And I'm thinking, this is crap.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good for their growth. In terms of
that's the way that we've spoken about it before. That's the way that adult golf is going now, isn't it? It's let's go play the Wednesday medal, and I'll play with you, and we'll play at 4:00, and then course record.
100%.
There is too much of it.
Too much comfort.
Yes,
comfort in golf.
Anyway, right. Well, that was a long time.
Is that us done?
That's a lot of moaning.
That's us done to the Masters.
FedEx Cup, St Jude, Scotty. It wasn't a fair fight, was it?
No, he bossed it, didn't he? Got a wee bit ahead and then just got miles ahead.
It looked to me like Scotty's putter worked, and then as soon as it started to work, what happened was we thought what would happen as soon as his putter started working.
He's also been down the local pro shop and got a new driver.
Oh, I didn't see this.
He got a new tailor-made. He's gone to the newest one.
Oh, okay.
So he's hitting the ball better. He loves a new driver.
I listened to a podcast the other day. Phil Kenyon obviously teaches him putting, and I think it was the Open. He didn't putt very well, and reading between the lines, I can't remember what Phil said, but he's going to get weeks. He says he's just got to manage the man. So he's, as far as I could read between the lines, this is not Phil's words, but he's going to get weeks. They're just not great weeks. But he's now way more accepting, and he's just, the next week will be good. He's actually, what is he in the stats? He's about 8th in the world at putting. I mean, he's a phenomenal putter. He's going to get the odd week that he just can't quite read the greens, and he brings his caddy and it's just not there. But he's now in that accepting way where he just goes, you know what, it's fine. It's not, rather than him in the old days going mental. He's just a bit more accepting, and last week not great putting, this week best in the field, I'd imagine. I didn't see the stats on it, but
certainly Sunday
seemed to hold
Sunday hold different.
That I saw. Bossed it, absolutely bossed it. Nobody else is in the competition.
No.
Bob shot 105. Rory was shooting about 100. They're all miles off the pace.
Rory seems to have lost his mojo a little
Big,
bit.
big time. But
Yeah.
he's not really getting. I mean, again, there's arguments to say how much of a difference does it make, but he doesn't seem to get the reps in. He's very much kind of decided, right, I'm going to play when I want to play. He's obviously missed a few where he shouldn't have missed as well. I don't know. It seems like he's lost a bit of
Doesn't seem to
enthusiasm
like-
from the outside.
Yeah.
He's lost some.
Doesn't seem
enthusiasm.
to like the PGA Tour. He says some funny things just now, but
I don't know how much of it he's looking after his own, in the sense of, look, I've done my part for the last few years. I'm playing when I want, you know, and I don't care about anyone else. Or how much of it is a bee in his bonnet? I don't know.
probably a bit of both.
But I thought that a bit where what worries me is see if Rory, I don't think he will, but see if Rory was to retire. God, I've got no interest in golf. Like watching tour golf. I find it very boring.
I was still.
I'm kind of clinging on to Rory as my new tiger.
But there'll be the new Rory come through.
Is there though? It's going to take a long time for that.
What's
though.
the guy that won a couple of weeks ago?
Kuvra?
Kuvra?
No, that's Europe. You're talking about America.
Yeah, the new superstar-looking kid.
The boy with the unbelievable swing. Unbelievable swing. No, is that who you're talking about? The best swing ever.
What's his name?
Phenomenal. I can't remember. Barron. No, Barron. He won 2 weeks ago. He kind of started to falter towards the end and then got over the line. But his swing is insanely nice.
There's an awful lot of good
Well, there you
swings
go.
out
You
there.
found one. You found your Rory report.
Yeah, but he's not a Rory. I think Rory for me is like, I'll watch him if he's playing crap in 20th, and I'll still want to watch him.
And that was the same with Tiger. We would watch him when he was,
I'd watch Tiger limping over, making the cut.
but not anymore. Rory was asked if you were to give Player of the Year to somebody, who are you giving it to? And he said, Wyndham, maybe. He's won twice. He won a major. And he went, well, Fitzpatrick's had a good year. And I always think, see, when they ask these questions, I always think, shut up. You know, it's like, yeah, they've played quite well for them. You know, like...
Well, it's pound for pound, isn't it? Like, pound for pound, Alex Fitzpatrick would be my winner of the season for what I was expecting and what he's achieved.
Yeah.
Pound for pound. But he's not player of the season.
But Scotty's the best player.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
he's way better. I mean, he's maybe... Well, up until this week, he'd only won once, as opposed to the others had won twice. But that's him won twice now. But he's got... It's the amount of times he's in the top 10. He's never not there.
Well, the
He's
world
a nine-
rankings tell you everything. I mean, the world rankings, he's so far ahead because he's so much better than anyone else.
Yeah, it's Player of the Year. It's not the most improved, is it?
Well, it's like they're going, well, Scotty's not had a good year for him, so he's maybe not Player of the Year. Whereas Wyndham Clark's the Player of the Year. He's won a major. But Wyndham Clark, it's everything. Stroke averages, everything are way higher than Scotty. It's the lowest.
Yeah.
So
I'd
he's
say
a player.
Cam Young's had a great year. He started to burst through into the winner's circle. He's doing all that. He'd be up there for me. But again, I'm with you. But we're saying who's the best. We're basically saying the best player. It's just the best player.
It's like when they give the MVP in basketball, isn't it? But he is probably... But he played quite well and he's not very good, so we'll give it to him.
Yeah, that's
It's like, no, who's the best player?
It kind of feels like that sometimes. But now that Scotty's won that second event and they've all got 2 wins, I don't think there's even a discussion.
No.
He's got so many more top 5s and top 10s than any of the others, so you have to give it to Scotty, even though he's not won a major. It's weird to think he's not won a major this year, because how can he not win a major? You know?
I don't like any of these competitions, like Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year. I mean, who gives a shit?
Sports writers, player of the year.
Exactly. I mean, Rookie of the Year, I get it, and that's the guy that finishes highest in the order of merit from being a rookie. Simple. It's a stat. It's just a number.
Okay. Talking about nothing. Talking about nothing. Come to do with what I'm about to say. John Ram is so Live Golf's dying of death, a slow death. But just to make sure of it, John Ram's talking about leaving. If he leaves, Live, how can it go on? I mean, what they got left?
5 Golf. Maybe get in touch. They kind of seem to. They just keep kind of poking the fire, don't they? Oh, there's a new investor. There's a new investor. Who's going to invest that money that the Saudis did? Just finish it. Like, just get it over with. I think I was hearing about Bryson and one of the other. I can't remember who the other one was, talking about funding it themselves.
I heard that.
Well, that's kind of changed from what it was 4 years ago, isn't it? It's just get it over with.
I've lost track of it all. So I gather the team event's no longer. Is that done? Yeah. So there's just a few individual competitions coming up. Look, it's dying a death. It's going to die. It's just whether they come back. Europe is in a European Tour, or DP is in a strong position now because they're going to harbour a lot of these players, I would imagine.
Well, they'll have them for 1 year.
They'll have them for a year until they disappear.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah, and John Ram will be there for a few events, and you, bring a few eyeballs to the tour. Yeah, still goes back to the European Tour. I was watching it the other day on the TV. It was the Danish challenge, Danish competition. I recognised. I mean, obviously I know a lot of them, but the top 10 guys aren't there. It's quite a weak feel to it, and I know it's a good field, but it's a weak feel watching it because these guys aren't dominators. Because if they're dominators, they'd piss off to America. It's just kind of like Jeff Winther won it, brilliant, lovely guy. I just if he wins another one, he'll be away again. Just the whole tour's not got that vibe about it anymore. There's no. I think they need to have a really, really, really. I get what they've done. But I think they need a revamp in the DP. I think they need to, because if they're not careful, it's going to be 0 eyeballs, and I mean 0. I barely watch it now, and I feel terrible saying that.
I don't know how you change it. I don't think you could ever change it now. It's never going to go back to the glory days of the European Tour. We're just going to have to accept it's PGA Tour world, and our guys are going to have to join the second-rate PGA Tour. There's going to be another league somewhere. But it's to go back to a strong European Tour, I think, is tough now.
There's enough good golfers out there to make it a strong tour. I don't know. There's got to be a way. I'm a problem person, not a solution person in this department. But I think the way they've gone about it is they're just giving away their talent every single year.
All the world ranking points are in America.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's got any reason to. If you're good enough, you've got to go and chase world ranking points. It's like the Wagger.
I know. I don't have any answers.
I know. I neither do.
But I think it's good for golf if you just get rid of Liv. Like them or loathe them, I think it's better with these guys back.
So do I. But it'll be interesting because I saw Bryson saying, I'd like to play a mixed schedule on the PGA Tour and the Liv Tour. And you're thinking, what world are you living in, really?
He's starting to annoy me again. I kind of tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but
did
he's a wanker.
Did he not sue the PGA Tour? And now he's like, can I play?
He is he's Marmite at times, isn't he?
He's Marmite.
I mean, that thing he did on he should be two-shot penalty in the Open. Like you said in the podcast, Stuart, if that happens to somebody else, Jimmy Briggs in some Open, you'd be looking at Jimmy.
Aye.
Oh, there's that cheating.
I'm not playing with him.
I'm not playing with him. Aye. It's just I don't mind him. I quite like him. I think, and then at times I'm just like, oh, come on,
I keep wanting him to give the benefit of the doubt, but I can't stand him. Like, if he pops up on my phone, I'll literally just skip the video. I can't even watch him. Whereas at one point, I was kind of like, he's trying hard and he's doing this for the game and he's bringing eyeballs on the game, but he's a tosser. Like, I don't think there's any other way to describe him, but he really is. It's every 6 months something happens. You just think, that's Bryson. Oh, I'm not going to play any, I'm just going to play YouTube golf. Right? Well, piss off and play YouTube golf then. Like, just bugger off. I don't like the guy at all.
Yeah.
When I was playing up at Straven, there was a bunch of kids kicking about, and I was asking them, "Well, who do you like? Do you like Bob? Do you like, just usual questions?" And I was like, "Do you like Bryson?" And they're like, "No." And it's the first time I've heard kids say no, because normally they say yeah, And then this is the first time I've heard no, I hate Bryson, or I don't like him. I thought they'd be on his YouTube channel non-stop. I think he's starting to get a little bit. And I'm talking. I've spoken to 10 children. This is not like me speaking to the whole Scotland junior section, but I think he is getting people turning away from the love a little bit, and he'll turn it round. He's a smart guy.
It's like when somebody's so self-obsessed as he is.
But he's smart. He'll turn that round.
Yeah, I know. But
I think some people watch him because they don't like him, though. Like, you know, I don't think the people that watch him are just purely fans. It's more interest in what he's doing, and I think, as I say, for both reasons, he gets eyeballs on him, which is what he knows he does. I think that's why he's done well with it.
yeah.
I'm not going to say it. Can't stand him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's it. We did 48 minutes of introduction and 7 minutes of proper golf. Anyway, right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Andy and Peter, and we will be back sometime in the future.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.